Hello, it's so
Hey
great to see you.
everybody.
Hi, Becky. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Becky?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. Just enjoying this beautiful. We're kind of having spring weather here. How about you guys? You have some warm days?
It feels kind of chilly because I spent the a long weekend in Omaha at the Crafty Academy retreat, which we can talk about a little later, but it was in the 70s
Oh,
in
wow.
Omaha.
You got
So
spoiled.
it was beautiful.
That's wonderful. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
we
So
had
coming
one
back,
night.
it feels a little cooler.
Yeah, we had one night of rain, but other than that, the weather was beautiful.
That's awesome. Maybe some of your Omaha friends are on here tonight. Who knows? Hello, everyone. Hi,
Yes, I'm
Jana. Hi,
hoping.
Amy. Melanie, Lisa, Melinda. I saw Tanya. Kim's out there. Lisa. So great to see you. Tanya, I think I said Tanya. Yes, so fun.
Yes,
Laura, Patty.
Patty's here.
We're so glad you guys are joining us. You guys, we're gonna have a fun night. We are
We
going
are.
to, yes, we are tackling our March challenge. Have you guys seen the March challenge yet? Hopefully they have. Hopefully they're ready to go. We're going to talk about that a little bit and kind of give us a game plan before we get started. But our March challenge, are we good to go right into it, Becky? Sorry.
Let's jump into it. Yeah, we're good to
I'm
go.
like, oh, I'm kind of just going right into it. But I'm
That
really
works.
excited. Okay, so for March over in Let's Gather and Glue, our March challenge is the Fancy Edge Frenzy challenge. Me and my crazy titles. But we thought this would be a fun one to pull out our old scrapbooking tools, maybe those pattern scissors, maybe you've got some border punches, things that we can add a decorative edge to our projects and talk about all the ways that we can do that. Do you still have border punches and pattern scissors, Becky?
I do.
That's
I
awesome.
I rarely part with my border punches. I have like I don't have as many scissors as I used to have,
Yeah.
but my border punches I hang on to those.
Me too. I have quite the collection. I love them. I have given some away that I wasn't reaching for as often. I kind of tend to stick with some basic patterns. Kind of got rid of some of the more, I don't know, unique ones that I probably wouldn't reach for as often. Is that how you are as well?
Yeah, for the most part I keep them, but I probably have over the years gotten rid of just a few here and there, but
Yeah.
not many.
And then how about your scissors? You said you just have a few pairs.
Yes, I should have reached, for them. They're in the drawer behind me, but I probably only have 2 or 3 pairs of
Oh my
scissors.
gosh.
I
Okay, I
think
got to show you guys
probably
this.
scallops. I have scallops and I have, like, pinking shears,
Like the classics, right?
the classics, and that's about it.
So my mom, we were cleaning out her scrapbook room and she gifted me all of the scissors. She loves to collect, so like when they first came out, she had to have every
You
pattern.
have to have all of them.
Yeah. So like really goofy things that who knows? I think there's like dragon scale pattern and I haven't even gone through it, but one of these days I'll have to challenge myself to dig in there and try one of these goofy ones. But I'm like, hey, I'll be the archivist. I'll take those over.
Yeah, exactly,
You don't
exactly.
she didn't want to store them anymore. And I'm like, I'll take them.
Quite
Well,
often, I see those scissors pop up. I like to go to thrift stores and estate sales, and so I will see those pop up, and every once in a while, I'll grab a pair. Not very often, but
I think the scissors, you kind of think back to the first fancy tools that came out. And I remember, and tell me what you remember. I remember like the paper crimper was like the
oh, yes.
first, really special one, and then the scissors.
Yes, and
Maybe the punches as well.
punches. I remember buying my first punch, which was like a file tab punch,
That's a good
and
shape to buy your first time.
thinking, "Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I'm spending this much money on something for scrapbooking." Do you remember that feeling?
Yes. And I remember punches, like the first punches I saw were like teddy bears, like
Yes.
the little angel. And I'm like, "Oh man, I want that teddy bear," but it's like $10 and I don't know how
Exactly.
to use it.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Laura says she has scissors that cut like grass. That's a good one to have.
Oh, that is a good one. I have not seen those ones forever.
Lakeside Blooms has the dragon skills. Okay, we got to do our dragon skill page
Okay.
someday. I want to see what else everyone has. Yes, it was an investment, those first things, but they were like cool because, it made you like try something new and different.
Yes,
Are you guilty of cutting photos with those scissors in the beginning, Becki?
probably.
Yeah, I think I did that a few times too, especially like
Probably.
the decollage. I think I got in a decollage phase.
Yeah. I would have to go back and look, but yeah, probably. And my first few albums I did. Yeah.
All right. I want to see how you guys are. What was the first thing you guys used to cut? Were you cutting the photos or cutting the paper with your fancy scissors? And let us know. Are you guys going to work with scissors tonight or you have some punches? And like Becki said, if you don't have those tools in your stash right now, hey, hit the thrift store. You might find some.
I very often find the scissors.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
find punches very often, but I do find scissors quite often.
Yep. Well, I'm excited. Yeah, I feel I'm a little sentimental about my early tools just because I remember like, saving up for them or kind of talking myself into that investment.
I still have that one punch of the file folder tab,
That's
and
impressive.
it's gigantic. It's it's so big, and one time I did put it in the box, like my D-stash box,
Yeah.
and then I went and got it out. I was like,
Can't do it.
I can't do it. I have to keep it."
That's awesome. Well, I'm like you. I still love my punches. I think I love dyes. I love anything that can alter paper, as we all do, I'm sure. But it's such a fun way. I've thought about it. Like, it's a fun, those tools are fun to have because they immediately add a lot of personality to a project without adding a lot of bulk. you
Yes.
know you're just working with paper layers, so you're not adding a ton of bulk. You're also adding in texture, you're adding in a little bit of dimension. Even though it's not thick, it just gives that feel of dimension for sure.
And it's making it very unique to you. Like,
Yeah,
it's not like you're, using something that is pre-made that everybody would have. Like, it's making it unique.
I agree. I think another reason I've hung on to them is I feel like they're very convenient. Even though have electronic tools and things like that, sometimes I'm too lazy to like pull out even though my tool's right there by my computer, it just feels like an extra few steps to like bring it down on my desk, clear a spot for that cutting mat to go back and forth. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to cut around a circle shape instead of die cutting one because it's
Yeah.
faster. So it's nice to have that. And they're portable, right?
Yes, I was gonna just say that. I throw them in my bag all the time. In fact, that's one of the few tools that I took with me to the retreat this last weekend was punches.
That's awesome. They do come in handy for sure. They are very travel friendly. I see that our handcrafter Haven has some star-shaped photos from back in the day. That's awesome. Yeah,
I definitely have star-shaped photos as well.
yeah. I'm trying to think if I did any stars. Yeah, there was the templates and like the grease pencil that you traced on top of your photo with, and then it would come off with a tissue if you.
I don't think I ever did
You didn't
the grease pen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a grease pencil, so like you could use a template and like trace the heart or the star on the front of the photo, and then it's kind of like those, you know what I'm talking about, grease,
Yeah, like you
and
can
then
wipe
it
it
would
off.
rub off. Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure mine still you can see a little pen mark on the edges of mine.
that's awesome. Well, Becki is so wonderful. She pulled a few samples for us today to get started, get our creative juices flowing as we dive into our projects tonight. And so I'm going to turn the camera over to her desk so she can talk about those projects. They are gorgeous. I can't wait for you to see them.
Yes. So when Jana told me that she was going to do border punches for the challenge this month, I had two projects that immediately came to mind. One of them I don't think I've ever shared. The other one you might recognize. But this is the first one. Excuse me. I brought a little cold home from Omaha with me, so if that's why my voice is a little bit funny. But this is the one I don't think I've ever shared, and it's called FaceTime Homework. I did this back in, I know it was 2020, because what happened was, we were all sent home, which I saw a post today, guys. That was 6 years ago today that kind of the world shut down. So it's a little fitting that I'm sharing
Wow.
this project. But um, we after the shutdown, we discovered FaceTime homework with my nieces and nephews that we weren't seeing very much. They would FaceTime mostly with my daughter. Every once in a while they'd ask me, but mostly it was my daughter. They would FaceTime and ask for help with their homework. So FaceTime homework became a thing very quickly during the pandemic. And so I have this cute photo. This photo was not taken during that time, but I used it to tell the story. And all I did was take a whole bunch of pattern paper, cut it into various lengths of strips, and then used my border punches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13 layers. No, 14, 15 layers of border punches on this project. So I laid them all down, and then hopefully you can see they are stitched in place.
That
And I
is
used
gorgeous. Hold
lots of
on.
different border punches on this
Hold on. Hold that up again.
one. Okay.
Holy moly. Look at that. And do you have trims? Is that floral trim or is that a punch?
Nope, this is floral trim. So this is a floral, like kind of a piece of ribbon. These are tassels that were an embellishment that came with this collection. I honestly don't remember the name of the collection. Um, it's a Maggie Holmes collection.
That is beautiful. Okay, we're all copying this layout tonight. No,
Okay,
that is
do it.
beautiful.
Do it.
Wow.
And then after I had everything stitched down, I just took my finger and kind of ran it under, um, the layers and gave it a little bit of dimension. And then it does have
Oh, how
journaling
cute.
in the little pocket behind the photo. Um,
And then I
yeah,
love how you put the phrases on top of the borders as well. Like, are those stickers or is that stamping?
they are clear stickers. And
That
if
is
I
so
remember
cute.
correctly, they came from a sticker book. But I don't remember for sure. And then I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard. I stitched the title in place as well.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm so glad
Anyway,
you held that up. I'm like, wait, hold on, go back.
I know it's so pretty. I should probably leave this one out and take a photo of it and share it, because I don't think I ever shared it I don't think I've shared it anywhere. It
Yeah,
was one
that
that
is
I just did for fun when we were, stuck at home. And I just really wanted to tell that story. Anyway, so this is the first one
that's
that you may
gorgeous.
not have seen before. I'm just looking to see if there are any questions.
Well, I love how you have I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit, sorry. I
Okay,
love
no,
the
go for it.
different colors stacked together. I love the different scales of scallops, like, they all kinda had that scallop feel, but you've just done a whole bunch of different kinds, and look how beautiful that is. So different sizes and shapes and colors and the contrast, and then all that stitching mixed in with the trims, that is beautiful.
Yeah, and some of them are tiny. Like this one's probably a half an inch or shorter, and this one's probably a couple of inches. Like this one is this border punch
How
that's really
pretty.
big. Um, so yeah.
I
Anyway,
love
that was
that.
the
And what
first
a great way to
project.
use scraps, you know?
Yes, perfect for scraps.
That's awesome. Sorry, just I'm
Perfect.
like, "Don't let it." Okay, I guess now you can move on, but
No, you're good. You're good. I just had Anyway, these two projects that came to mind. So this was the first one.
Beautiful.
And then this is the one that you may have seen because this one was in
Wow.
a recent issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. It was either their final issue or the second to last issue. And I honestly don't remember which one. But this one, I just took a giant circle and completely covered it with punched border strips. So this one too has a ton of texture, but not a ton of dimension. So I laid it all down flat on the circle and just adhered it at the very top. And I'm actually going to use the same technique in the layout I'm creating tonight. So you'll see exactly how I did it. And then just ran my finger under
That's
under
so
each
pretty. That looks like a
border strip.
petticoat, you know, like a petty
It
so
does.
cute. Oh, I love
It
it.
does.
And then around the edge, did you frame it? How did you frame it? Is that twine
So
or
let me see if you can see it. Yeah, it is. So this whole circle, I adhered to the back of the layout with really thin foam tape. So like 1 millimeter foam tape. And then the edge is just a piece of twine. And so I just ran a bead of liquid glue around it. And then you can see here, there's the end of it. And I just tied a knot and kind of frayed the edge to add it to that floral cluster right there.
that is so cute. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Becki, those are beautiful. Thank you.
they were fun. I love my border punches. I'm sure I have way more examples, but when we were talking and I asked you, I'm like, what are you doing? What do you have in mind for the challenge? And you said border punches. I was like, oh, I need to go pull those couple of projects out.
Yeah, we got to give our border punch. Are we got to give our tools some love? You know, we got to pull out the things we haven't thought of for a while and just put them to good use because they're so fun. It's fun to revisit them, especially if it's been years since we've experimented with them. So I think tonight is going to be a really fun thing. So
Yeah,
everyone's loving your layouts in the comments. Lisa says it looks like eyelet trim. Yeah, I agree. It's beautiful.
it does. And Laura says it makes it look so dimensional. It does. It looks very dimensional, but it's really not. I don't know. Anyway, it's hard to tell on camera, but there's really not a ton of dimension on either one of these projects.
Well, the other thing I was going to say about that second one too is what I love about it, it's the first one shows how you can play with color and scale and pattern and kind of have that haphazard random, but it all flows, right? And then the
Mm-hmm.
second one is just that tonal, subtle look. So if you want to have something that's really subtle but not boring, obviously, you're adding in detail, you can do a tonal background like that catches your eye and really highlights your photos.
Yeah, yeah, and that's where this one, because I kind of had the idea of the circle, but when you're working on a magazine project, you need to make it a little bit extra.
Yeah,
And adding the texture with the border punches definitely did that.
that's fantastic. All right. Yes, love this. Okay. How about are you guys excited to get creating? Are you working with scissors? Are you working with border punches? Becki got me all excited to get going. So let's talk about our plan.
Yes,
Um, let's look at our desks and talk about what we think we're going to do tonight.
I'll let you get started with that, Jana, while I bring
Okay.
in my supplies.
Okay, so I have 3 black and white photos. I also have the color, but I think I'm going to go with the black and white. I've picked out some Rosie Studio paper that I bought from Spellbinders last year, and I just thought the colors went so well with just the memory of it. So it would work with either my color or black and white photos. And my plan tonight is I definitely want to tuck in some fancy edges because I love that, like scallops or something sweet like that. Because these are some photos of my daughter and her friends. I don't know, scallops just kind of remind me of girly things. I don't know. They're at a choir performance together. But my plan is to take some border punches and make some strips and then accordion fold those and make some rosettes to go on this page to accent these photos. So that's what I'm thinking, but we'll see.
I'm excited to see the rosettes. I don't think that's something I've ever tried before. So I'm going to be watching, Jana. In fact, I'm going to have to be careful and not just sit here and watch.
But now I just want to make strips like Becki because those were gorgeous. Okay, Becki,
Yes.
show us your plan.
Okay. So my plan, I'm going to be working with the Doodlebug Be Happy collection. And anyway, this collection, it's not super old, but it has been sitting here pretty much untouched. I think I cut some strips out of the 6x8 paper pad, and that was about it. So, but I have the perfect photos to go with this collection. So my plan is to do, let me grab this project, kind of the same technique that I did here, except I'm going to do it in a frame instead of a circle.
Ooh.
Like I don't know, maybe a 10-inch frame.
That'll be awesome. Like a square frame? Are you thinking square?
Yeah, I'm thinking square, like 10-inch, like 10 inches by like 2 or 3 inches thick. I don't know. We'll see. I really haven't planned this out super well.
All right. Yeah, I tell somebody in the group was asking, are you going to have a sketch tonight? And I'm like, we're freestyling, man. We're just going for it.
No sketch tonight. We're just going to see what happens.
All right. Well, let's dive in and start making. We can kind of take turns talking about what we're doing. It looks like Lisa's working with some border punches tonight. Hopefully you guys are scrapbooking or doing something fun. And if not, just, folding laundry or whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Either way, we're super happy that you're here and chatting with us and watching.
Yes, we're so glad you're here.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Before we went live, I did punch out several borders here because I knew that if I didn't get a head start, I would be here punching borders all night, Jana.
All night crop. All night crop.
No. Remember, we've talked about that.
That's my favorite thing to tease Becki about. She's like a go to bed early person, and I'm like, let's stay up till 1.
Yeah, we'll do a lot of fun things with Let's Gather and Glue. An all night crop will not be one of them, friends.
I know. I'm sorry I keep teasing. I just have to bring it up every once in a while because I think it's fun to razz you a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Kim is working with border punches and stitching. Ooh, I love that pairing. That's wonderful. And then Lakeside Bloom, she's at her desk. Maybe she'll get the gumption to work on something. I hear you. Sometimes you don't have photos ready to go, You're just kind of soaking up the inspiration. Juanita says, I'm going to make a layout with strips of the border punches like Becki did. Yes, I love that. We've got, let's see, Life in Layouts, working on with Bella Boulevard Galentine's layout. Oh, cute. And then Gina is eating dinner. Awesome. Dinner is always a good thing.
Dinner is always a good thing.
For sure.
Ooh, you know what?
That's fun.
This is not a good sign, but I might have to grab a piece of white cardstock right here out of the gate.
Hey, do what you got to do,
And I just changed my other mind after 2 cuts.
Oh, let's see. Kate says she's in the car on a long drive from North Georgia to Florida. Oh, so she's not scrapping along, but thankful for the entertainment. Oh, good. We're glad to keep you entertained. Hopefully, you can watch for a little while or have good internet service, right? Sometimes when you're road tripping it, the signal drops, but
yes.
Hopefully we got you for a little while.
If you can't stay with us the whole night, it will be recorded so you can pick back up where you left off, or if you're watching this later on any one of our YouTube channels. Hi, everybody that's watching on replay.
Yes, hello, replay friends.
Yes, say hi in the comments.
Yes, for sure. I can't believe that it was 6 years today on the shutdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, my photos are during COVID, actually. These cute girls have masks on. They had to go do a choir competition with masks on, and I made them take their masks off for a photo. And you would have thought, like, oh my gosh, they were like, no, can we do that? And I'm like, yes.
I was going to say, I would bet that wasn't super well received.
I'm like, sorry, we're getting your cute faces. You're only in junior high once. And
Yep. Let's see. Jennifer says, I'm also in the car waiting on a child from activities.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
I remember those days for
Yeah, I
sure.
was going to say, I don't have too many of those days anymore, but I remember them well.
For sure.
Let's see. Soccer Mom from Florida says, I'm putting my wedding layouts in an album from 30 years ago.
That's fun.
That is awesome. Let's see. Jana, someone is asking what cutter you are using.
Oh, yes. This is a EK Tools cutter. It came in a little bundle on the American Crafts website with like the bag and what else? I think that I'm trying to think if there's something else with it. I bought it because it's my favorite color. Sorry, American Crafts, the bag is crap. I threw it away. So don't buy it for the bag, but the trimmer is really cute. So just being honest.
Just being honest. Well, we can't lead our friends astray on what they should buy and not buy.
No, and it was a bag that I was excited about the bag actually because I love tote bags. And do you remember back in the pink and brown tote bag days?
Yes.
The bag that came with it was a trimmer bag, and I had the pink and brown one, but when I got rid of my pink and brown totes, I got rid of that bag, but I loved that trimmer bag. And so anyway, when I saw that little bundle, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's mint. It's my favorite color."
It's back.
Yeah, it's back, but it's very, very thin. It doesn't hold its shape at all. It's so unfortunately, I hope they make it again, because obviously they have the pattern of it.
Yeah.
But it was just the fabric they decided to make it with was just yucky. So, but I was happy with the trimmer. So that's okay. And the price of it was fine. Like it wasn't where I was mad about it. So
Lakeside Blooms has a good question here, Jana, that we neglected to explain at the beginning of the live.
okay.
She's saying, are you reading comments that I can't see? Just wondering why some are hidden.
Oh, yes, very good question.
Yes. So when Jana and I do these lives that are open to anyone and everyone, basically they're not paid content for Let's Gather and Glue. We go live on 3 YouTube channels. So we go live on the Let's Gather and Glue YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, and Jana's personal YouTube channel. So and all of the comments feed into our live so that we can see all of the comments.
Yes, yes. That is a great question. Thank
Yes,
you.
so we might be reading someone's comment that is on a different YouTube channel than what you're watching, which is why we like to read the comments so that you know what we're talking about.
Yes, and that's a good reminder, Becki. That we should probably like highlight the comment on the screen. I know we've hesitated to do that a little bit just because it does cover up, part of the screen. But I do forget that we are on 3 different YouTube channels, and so they might not be seeing that or be able to read it. But we'll try to remember.
I forget that as well. But anyway, that answers your question. So you might just be watching on a different YouTube channel, which is great. We're super happy. Whichever YouTube channel you can join us on is perfect.
Yeah, we're just happy you guys are here.
Yeah.
It's fun. And Becki, and yeah, poor Becki with her cold, but she's She's making it happen tonight, guys.
We're doing our best. I told Jana, I said, if I just randomly mute myself, I'll be right back. I just have to cough or sneeze, and I don't want to do that in my mind.
We totally get that.
Yes. So, but what I'm doing here is I made my frame, and it's an 11-inch frame, and then I made, it's kind of hard to see.
I'm going to mute this while you talk, and I'm scraping paper. Sorry, Becki.
Okay, no problem. So I made this frame 11 inches square, and then this portion is 3 inches. And then I'm just going down with my ruler and pencil and making marks every 1/2 inch, because that is where I'm going to put the I'm basically drawing lines of where I'm going to put my border strips. Let's see. Patty is asking any news on the merch.
Oh, bless your heart, Patty.
First of all, thank you, Patty. Second of all, we are focused on a couple of things. Well, maybe I shouldn't say we. I am focused on a couple of things. So we have the next Let's Gather and Glue crop, Spring into Creativity, on April 25th. So Jana and I are both very focused on getting the content done for that. Kind of on a personal note, my son is getting married on April 18th. So in between now and the crop, I have a, bridal shower, wedding, all of the things. So merch, we still chat about it, but it is not, it will probably have to wait until after the crop, because I am not super available for extra stuff right now.
We're going to let Becki stay sane.
Yes.
As much as possible.
As much as possible. That's what we're trying for. Whether it will actually happen, I don't know. But that's what we're trying for.
You're so funny. I love it. And Patty, I did see, you said, I need a t-shirt like no one's business. You're so cute. And then Life and Layouts is loving the roughed up edges. Thank you. I've been doing that lately. I just love it too. It kind of reminds me of fabric. Patty, I saw earlier you made a comment about my green sweater. Thank you. I did do the whole March St. Patrick's Day thing, and Becki's got her pink and green on, so she won't get pinched either.
Yes. Wait a second. Okay, I was like, is it St. Patrick's Day? And I didn't even notice.
No, not today, but next week.
Totally could be, and I would have no clue.
You're like, wait, what day is it?
Yeah, wait, hang on.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
It's been a crazy few days.
Oh, for sure. Well, and I loved that she brought up St. Patrick's Day, because I thought, that would be fun to talk about tonight. Do you have any St. Patrick's Day traditions, Becki? Or did you when your kids were little?
We don't at our house. My kids honestly would like to celebrate Pi Day more than St. Patrick's Day. So they were asking last night, everybody was over here and they were asking about Pi Day, what our celebrations were going to be.
Okay, and did you know, I just saw yesterday that they call it Super Mario Day, because it's Mar 10, so it spells out Mario.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, wow, that's new. I haven't seen that.
I have not heard that either.
Yeah.
Okay.
All kinds of new things.
All kinds of new things. I'm seeing a lot of my Omaha friends jump in here.
Hooray!
Yay!
Hello, Omaha friends.
I hope you guys are doing well and got a little bit of rest because we definitely didn't get much while we were there.
That's the best part of events, right? You just go and go and go.
Go and go and go, and that is definitely what we did. And let's see. Yeah, Raimi says that she needs her merch over here too.
Oh,
You
yay. All
We
right.
will get you merch at some point, but it's not yet.
Yes, it is coming though. And I'm so happy you keep asking about it, because sometimes you're like, well, maybe they just like were excited about it in the beginning and now they're not, that kind of a thing.
Yes. No, we're always happy to ask. Anyway, for you guys to ask, for sure.
Yes, and when you bring it up, that helps us know what you're still interested in or what you're still excited about. So thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So I pulled out a Martha Stewart scallop punch here. This is a pretty cute little scallop, and I'm going to now accordion fold this. I think I'm going to cut and punch a couple of these to do a rosette. So
that is a very cute punch, Jana. I do not have that one.
Yeah, I got rid of, I think some of my Martha Stewart ones I got rid of, which I'm sort of kicking myself about. But I am keeping my eye out on like Facebook Marketplace so I can replenish what I was dumb and got rid of.
Well, send me pictures. I can always watch it.
Okay.
Although
Or I'll
I'm
just
not
come to your
going to
house.
many estate sales and thrift stores right now.
Okay, awesome. Like Segun says she's so sad she missed Omaha since she's in Nebraska, but she had parent-teacher conferences. And this is Ashley.
We missed you, Ashley. It was so fun.
Cynthia,
so fun.
I bet. Cynthia says, I don't know what St. Patrick's Day means. I just wear green if I remember. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Becki, I asked you, you said you celebrate Pie Day. Do you make lots of pies or do you just kind of do the one?
I love to cook and bake, but this will tell you a little bit about me, guys. I don't make pies.
Ah.
I don't think I could make a pie crust to save my life, like a good pie crust. My husband does. Justin makes really good pie crust. So typically what we have done in the past is I would make like a chicken pot pie, except I would buy the crust. And then maybe just like buy a couple of pies for dessert.
Okay.
So.
Okay, well, I have a good pie recipe or pie crust recipe. I'm not a huge baker, but I have a really good pie crust recipe.
Oh, you'll
And
have to send it to me.
okay, I got it
And I'll
off
try
of
it.
Oprah back in high school.
You got it where?
Off of the Oprah show.
Oh, really?
But the base, instead of butter, okay, so this will tell you how good it is. Instead of butter, you use a brick of cream cheese.
Really?
Yeah, and like what isn't good with a brick of cream cheese in it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
anything that has a brick of cream cheese, it's like, oh yeah, that's a good recipe.
Yep.
So
I have not tried making pie crust that way. So maybe I could do it that way.
yeah, it's really easy and it's every time it's really good. So you can give it a try and tell me what you think. Maybe I'll post it in the Let's Gather group so everyone can give it a try for pie.
Oh yeah. Yes, for Pie Day, because let me think, that's Saturday.
Okay. You ain't got time to make a pie. You're doing showers, girl.
Well, the bridal shower's on Friday. So
okay. We'll have to have a delayed pie day in May or something.
that's why I kept telling everybody in Omaha this weekend. I'm like, everything's kind of on hold in my world until about June.
Which is okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my son is getting married in April. And then my daughter is graduating from college
Yes.
in May. And then I have an event at the end of May. So it
Just
is
just
one,
a few things happening for you.
just a few things. Just a few things.
Oh,
Just a few things, but all good things. We are so, so super excited. We adore the sweet girl that Cole's marrying. Very excited.
that's so good.
Very excited.
And that's what you want as a parent. You're just so happy when they find, I mean, my kids haven't found the person yet, but that's what your hope is, that they
Yes.
just find that person that just loves them. Just
Yep.
they just complete each other.
Yep. And they are very happy, very excited.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, when I was in elementary school, we had I told you how much I loved kindergarten. Remember how much Mrs. Bassett was my soul sister.
Your soul sister. I love it.
Well, when I was in kindergarten, we had a naughty leprechaun come and turn our classroom upside down. And
Oh
so,
no.
yeah, so when we had kids, we had a naughty leprechaun come, but the leprechaun didn't do mean things because that really was upsetting to me as a little kid.
Yeah.
I was like, they made our classroom messy. I don't like this. So we did a treasure hunt instead, like a little scavenger hunt. That's what our leprechaun left.
Rainy says we may all crash that wedding. I would love that. It
That
would make me so happy to have my scrapbook friends there.
would be
Lisa is asking, if not too personal, how did they meet and how did he propose? So I'll leave the proposal story, as kind of their thing. But they met on a dating app, just a dating app. Yeah, so just a dating app. They talked for a few weeks and before they met in person, and it's kind of been after they met in person that it was pretty much like I don't think either one of them really was interested or dated anybody else after that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do have a funny story about the dating app because my nephew, who is, oh dear, I've gotten myself into trouble here, friends. I'll come back to that story in just a minute. Cynthia is asking a question. Do you guys like the Nuvo glue better than Barely Arts? Honestly, Cynthia, when I was in Omaha this last weekend at an actual scrapbook store, the Scrapbook Haven, which is amazing, by the way. If you have never been there, you definitely need to go. I just picked up some Barely Art glue for, I believe I've used a little bit of it a while ago. Anyway, but I haven't used it for years, heard really good things about it. So I have some Barely Art glue that I am going to use. So I don't know the answer to that yet, but I do really like the Nuvo glue.
Yeah. I've used Nuvo, Barely Arts, and Art Glitter, and honestly, I love them all. I usually don't say this, but I love them all equally. I could interchange them and be happy. So you'll have to tell us, how that goes, Becki.
Yes, well, I will in
Or
June. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I'll use them between now and the event. So ask me that again. Let's see. Jennifer says, what was the scrapbook store's name again? The Scrapbook Haven in Omaha, Nebraska.
I love that you have a compliment here from Laura, Becki. Did you see that? I'm putting it on screen for you.
What's she saying? I'm impressed that you put the glue top back on every time you use it.
That's right.
Well, it's a brand new bottle of glue, and I don't want it to dry out. So, yeah. So I need 3 more strips here. I should have done this a little bit differently, but it's okay. So I need to punch a couple more strips, but before I do that, I'm going to glue these down so that they can be drying.
Jay Mathis is saying she loves all 3 of those glues as well. Yep. See, I agree with that. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I love art glitter glue. I love the Nuvo. And from what I hear, I think I'll love Barely Arts as well. I am just not as
yep,
I'm just not familiar with it yet.
Yep.
Let me see. So, yes, it was the Scrapbook Haven in Omaha, Nebraska. So if you're near Omaha, even if you're not, it's worth the trip. There is also another store in Columbus, Nebraska, which is about just under an hour and a half away, that I went to as well, called Artsy Haven. And that one is amazing too. I would highly recommend both of those stores. If you are in the Nebraska area or anywhere close, it is worth the trip.
That's awesome. I've never been to Nebraska, I don't think. So I'm going to have to come. I'm going to have to go visit Andrea someday.
Yes. That's the first time I've been to that side of Nebraska. I've been to like western Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Am I thinking many times, but I've never been to Omaha. That was my first visit.
That's fun.
And as I mentioned earlier, we got super lucky with the weather.
That's awesome. Well, I'm just continuing on with my little rosette. I did 2 strips here, and now I'm just gluing the ends together, kind of in a circle. So if you've never made a rosette before, I'll just, kind of talk through that process a little bit.
I don't think I mentioned earlier which punch I am using.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did some of my punching ahead of time. So I am using, let me finish this one and I'll show you really quick. This is actually a new border punch. I just got a little piece of paper stuck in it. From Creative Memories. And I don't know if you've seen recently, oh geez, did I really get this stuck? Oh, sorry. That was probably super loud. I'm sorry, friends. I did not realize that would be so loud. Creative Memories recently announced a collaboration with Amy Tan. And this border punch is part of that collaboration. My friend Lindsay gave it to me when we were in Omaha. And I was like, well, that's perfect. Jana and I are doing border punches on Wednesday, so I definitely have to use that.
Yeah. Okay, guess what? I've told you that I scrapbook with some friends once a month. And guess what they taught me about making rosettes? Becki, you may have already known this tip, but I love it.
Well, okay, show me, because
okay, so you know how you have to flatten, once you have your strips down in a circle, you have to kind of flatten it and then glue a piece on top, right?
Yes, and it's kind of a pain. I usually get my glue gun out.
So they told me this little trick and I am loving it. You just take a lid of some kind and you put your circle in it.
What?
And then you glue, I know. And then you glue your piece on top. and then you're not struggling with it, and then it's even. So isn't that awesome? It's so simple.
That is the best tip.
Isn't that awesome? I know.
That's one of those, like, why didn't I think of that?
Exactly. So now I'm
Tips,
like on a
'cause
mission to start collecting all different kinds of lids to use for rosette making.
it's so easy. Well, and I'm sure I have several lids to various things just around my house and in my room.
I know. So I was excited to try that tonight. So thank you, Cherise and Vicki and all my friends who taught me that trick.
That is an excellent, excellent trick. So I'm just
All right.
punching away. I need to finish this last strip and then I will be good to go. This kind of looks, and I can show you, this looks like a regular scallop from, like, at first glance, but it's a little bit wonky. It's not like just a plain large scallop. It's more of like a kind of like a hand-drawn scallop where it's a little bit uneven.
How cute. I'm going to have to get that one because I just feel like scallops are so versatile.
They are. They are. I have a lot of scallop punches just because, well, I use them. I use them often. All right, I'm almost finished with my frame here, and then I will be ready to cut out the center of the frame. So what I should have done, what would have saved a little bit of paper, and is to cut the center, to use the pieces in the center of the frame on the sides here where I needed smaller strips. Anyway, I didn't do that obviously, so but I'll probably have enough strips, scraps of strips to I don't know, make a cute card or a tag or something. I need to make 2 birthday cards this week too.
Oh, wow.
I missed a niece and a nephew's birthday while I was in Omaha. And I did not get their birthday cards done before I left. So we'll add that to the to-do list as well.
Yeah, just throw that in there.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
So have you ever tried altering your edges, like with mist or paint, Becki?
I don't think I have.
I don't think I have either. I was thinking about like different ways you could work with edges, and that came to mind. And I'm like, you know what? It could be fun to add like some like splatter with them with gold or something like that. Or
Yeah, or like ink the edges with maybe some metallic ink. That would be fun.
mm-hmm.
So now that I have all of my strips in place, I'm just going to trim off the edges with my scissors, except for this bottom edge. Obviously, I don't want to trim all those scallops off, but. And then I need to trim out the center as well. And so we'll just clean up this mess. Ashley says, I've never used Creative Memories, but just bought the new Hummingbird one. Oh, it's a great quality smooth punch. They do have really great punches. Really good punches.
I don't think I have any punches from them. Yeah.
I've got a couple, but not many.
And I think they have like a whole border making system, right?
They do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just take my X-Acto knife and cut out the center of this frame. And I didn't make the opening in this frame very big because, well, I went to all this work to make all these scallops. I want to show them off.
Exactly.
And I definitely need a new blade for my X-Acto knife. It's not cutting super well. I'm gonna have to trim a little bit off with my scissors here.
That is so cute.
So I'm just gonna see, like, should I remove? Yeah. I didn't want to remove this row if it was going to show my white cardstock, but it does not because I measured it out. So as I was saying earlier, I could have cut this square out earlier and just used these on the board on the sides here, or I didn't need very many strips, but we'll just set those aside and use them on another project. I'm impressed she can freehand with the X-Acto. Okay, I was just following my cut line on the middle. I can't. I'm not very good at freehanding with an X-Acto. I was following the lines on the frame. All right, so it is time to choose a background. So oh goodness, there's going to be so many cute options. It's going to be hard to choose. I can already tell. But we can quickly put the yellow ones aside.
That's true. Process
Don't want
of elimination.
Yes, we'll eliminate what we can. Oh, I do kind of like the black. Oh, that plaid might be kind of fun.
Cute.
So are your rosettes drying, Jana?
I've just got one drying, and while that's drying, I'm just working on like a centerpiece to build on it, to add to the center. So I did a front piece and a back piece. I found a little die cut that says a little bit perfect, a little bit not, which I think goes well with the pandemic. Not their choir performance. Their choir performance they were like in a little competition. So they did awesome. So I hope I'll definitely have to put that in my journaling so they know I'm not talking about their performance. But yes, so we'll add that there. That will be kind of a little subtitle. And this one turned out kind of big, so I'm wondering if I need to move my photos a little bit. And tuck that in there.
All right. I want you guys to help me pick a background. I have this green that I think is so cute. The green with the flowers. And then I have the black. Which do you think? Let me know in the comments, green or black. Ashley says, Omaha friends will know where your photos are. Yes. Okay, before I trim this, let me tell you what I'm doing. So I have this frame, and because my scallops, let me flip this over, kind of hang off the edge down here, I want to trim off a little bit at the top so it's more of a square. So I'm just going to take, let's start with 1/4 of an inch. Which actually I'm going to have to go back and glue that because I just cut where I glued off. Okay, it's looking like most people are saying black. And Lisa says, please show again. Okay, let me glue this strip on and then I will go back and show them again. I can do that while this glue is drying. So we'll get this stuck down and drying. And then I can show you. So here are the photos that I'm using. And here is the black background.
Cute.
So there's the black. And here is the green.
Yeah, I agree. I'm drawn to the black as well.
That's so funny because I definitely would have picked the green. One, I love green, but I don't know. It just looks more springy. But if you guys are saying black, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna do black.
I like the way the black, to me, just the thing that stood out to me is it pulled in the color of Andrea's hair, and then like is that shelving, the black accents in the shelving, like it seemed like it repeated that color, and maybe that's why I was drawn to it.
Yes. Okay, we'll go with the black. And while I'm getting my background ready and stuff, I will tell you about these photos because I don't think I've done that yet. So in Omaha, just right like in the same parking lot as the Scrapbook Haven scrapbook store, is a store called, I think it's All About the Bees. It's just about the bees. It's All About Bees.
Cute.
It's All About Bees is the name of the store. And it is a super, super cute store. Everything they have in there is related to bees somehow. So there's a lot of things that have honey in them, a lot of like teas that have honey, lots of candles made out of beeswax. Anyway, a very, very cute little store. And Andrea and I ran over there for just a few minutes. And anyway, so that's where these photos come from.
Love it.
So I'm just wondering, I'm thinking about popping this whole frame up, but I'm thinking actually that I might not do that. I think I might just glue it down. So I'm just going to put my ruler here right up against my background because I know that I'll have a 1/2 inch border on both sides. And then we'll just use some liquid glue to put that in place. And from here, this is where I come into the phase where I have no clue what I'm doing. Like my ideas and my plan for this page, this is as far as it goes. So we'll see.
Yeah, then you just kind of start experimenting, right?
Yep. So we'll just start playing and see what happens.
Well, I'm doing some punching. Please tell me if it's too loud, Becki, and I will mute it.
Oh, no, it's not. It's good.
And then the most stressful part of this for me is hoping that I'm lining up the pattern.
Yes.
I'm like, Oh, I skipped one. Got to go back. Hope it lines up.
That is one nice thing. I don't know if you can see with this punch. Let me try and zoom in a little bit. Oh, I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh, yeah. The printing.
There's little notches.
Oh, notches.
Not only is there print, but it punches a notch. And so when you're moving your strip across to punch it again,
Yeah.
you just put the notch right there and you don't have to worry, because the scallops are a little bit wonky. So the scallops might not line up perfectly.
Yeah.
But the notch will.
Okay, that is brilliant.
Yes.
I love good design like that in a tool.
This is a very well designed tool. Okay. All right. So this is, let me get into my embellishments here.
Okay, I'm loving pulling out these scallops. I used to use scallops all the time, and it's been a while.
I love scallops. Someone is asking whose punch is that. This is Creative Memories. It's a Creative Memories punch, and this one is, it doesn't have a name on it, but it's part of the new collaboration with Amy Tan.
Nice. Add to cart, said everyone.
Add to cart. Add to cart, exactly.
Not sponsored by Creative Memories.
Yes, we have to give that disclaimer. We are not sponsored by Creative Memories, but
we are sponsored by us.
yes. Yes, we are sponsored by us. Here's another question that I'm going to answer kind of while I'm sitting here thinking of what my next plan is. Nicole is asking, Becki, when did you start traveling to teach at events? Someday I would love to be able to attend an in-person class. And yes, Rami, we are enablers. You already knew that about us.
Aren't we all? That's what scrapbooking's about, right?
Yes. So to answer Nicole's question, I started traveling to teach in probably 2016, 2017 with Stamp and Scrapbook Expo was my first like traveling teaching gig. And I honestly just told a friend, I was like, you know what? I think this would be super fun. I'd love to do that someday. And apparently she had the right connections. And the next thing I knew, I was on the phone with somebody asking me if I would go teach a class in Ohio at one of their events. Ironically enough, I went to that class and I went to teach. And the night before I was supposed to teach those classes, I lost my voice. I could not say a word. So I ended up not teaching, which I was like, well, I kind of ruined that shot. But I didn't actually. I taught many, many classes for Scrapbook Expo over the years. And I can tell you quickly, because I would love to have you come and join me, Nicole. I can tell you what my in-person, I think I only have one more in-person. Jana, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. Teaching gig this year. No, I have two. Sorry. I will be at the Simple Stories Retreat. Jana and I will both be at the Simple Stories Retreat in October in Utah. And then I will also be in Toronto, Canada at the end or mid-November for their Create and Inspire event. I'll be teaching a few classes there. And then we'll see. We've already got some fun things in the works for 2027.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, it's one of my very favorite things to do is to travel and teach. It's also one of the more exhausting things that I do. It's a lot of work, but it's so fun. So fun. Ashley says we're sponsored by our stash. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I love
we are.
that. We should make a little commercial sponsored by our stash.
We should.
That could, our husbands can do that.
Yes.
They'll be like, you get a ribbon, you get a thing. Please take it out of my house.
Yeah, exactly. They would. Ashley says, is that still open? Simple Stories in Utah. That retreat did sell out very, very quickly. I'm going to move my camera just a tiny bit. I honestly don't know. You can always email support@simplestories.com and ask them. I know they have a wait list. I don't know how long it is or anything, but if you're interested, you can. It does not hurt to send them an email. But I don't know what the wait list looks like this year.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. We would love to have all of our Let's Gather and Glue friends there. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh my gosh, that would be a blast.
It would be so fun. So I'm just going through this gigantic embellishment pack here to see what I might want to use. And usually when I come across something that I like when I'm going through an embellishment pack, I just put it on my layout. And sometimes sometimes it lives there, like it stays, and sometimes it doesn't.
There you go. And you just start getting an idea of what it looks like and
Yep.
what starts to sing and coordinate. And
yes, but I am thinking I don't have a spot for my journaling yet, so I actually need to do that before I do much of anything. And I think I saw some cut-aparts in this collection pack. So I'm wondering if there are any... Oh, hang on a second. I knew there was some... like some tags in here. Oh, here they are. They're on the same sheet as the borders. I need a coffee mug with that and stash. Are you meaning sponsored by my stash? That would be a fun mug. That would be super fun. I'm thinking I might do some hidden journaling on this one. Not necessarily because it's a private story.
yeah,
Really.
but just to kind of save some space.
Yeah, I think I don't want to cover up a ton of this frame that I worked so hard on.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, I think we're gonna go with a tag behind one of these photos. And we'll cut that out and then decide which one. when it works well. Let's see. I think it's Kim that is saying someday, and I'm guessing she's referring to the Simple Stories retreat. And yes, if you are going to go to a retreat, definitely put that one on your wish list.
Oh, yes, for sure. Thank you, Patty. She says, I like the layered border strips. I decided to just embrace the challenge here and do a couple of layered ones here on the sides. So we have a border punch making our rosette and then a couple of layered accents here. And then I was going to do more rosettes, but I think I like just the large one. And now I'm going to come in and just start accenting. So maybe I'll clear out some of this paper so I can play with my die cuts. How are your pages coming along?
Yes, we'd love to hear how it's going, what you're working on. We will definitely put up, in fact, Jana's probably already done it, put an album in the group so that we can see what you're creating with your border punches.
Yeah, I have not done it. Yes. Sorry.
Entered in the giveaway for the month. And Jana, do you remember off the top of your head what the deadline for this challenge is?
Yeah, no, I did do an album for the March challenge. I was thinking for the stream that we were doing our second stream of the month. I think we put the deadline as, I think there's 31 days in March, right? And I did the day before, like, so I think it's Monday the 30th, if I'm remembering correctly, just so we had a day to kind of look at things and then do our drawing.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh, Andrea's here. Hey, friend.
Hi, Andrea. We've been hearing all about your fun event.
Yeah, I was going to say you're jumping in on the perfect live stream because there you are. There we are.
Yes, cute photos.
So I'm just making, typically I would just let the background of the layout be the back of my pocket if I was doing an interactive element. But because this background is so uneven with the scallops, I am putting just a piece of white cardstock on the back so that it's a little easier to get the tag in and out of it. And then I'll just adhere that whole thing to the background. We did have so much fun. We had a great time in Omaha. I think we're all probably just a little bit tired still.
A little bit foggy from all the fun.
A little bit foggy from all the fun, but it was a great event.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I think I kind of have the general plan of where I want things to go. So I'm going to adhere my photos. So I'm just going to line that up. With my ruler. I love quilting rulers.
Yes, I agree.
I was going to say, I don't know if you guys use quilting rulers. I didn't until, the last couple of years. This one I got at for an SCT event. So it's super cute and pink. Let's see. Now I'm just going to be indecisive at how high I want this. Oh, Andrea's asking which collection you're using, Jana.
Oh, I am using a Rosie's Studio collection that I got at Spellbinders, and it's called Hello, It's Me. And I think I picked that up last year.
Oh, Laura says she loves her quilting ruler too. They are so handy. Let's see, I think I want this one to go down a little bit. And this one to go up. Are you all done with your rosettes, Jana, or are you working on another one?
No, I'm just going to do the one.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to accent it with some florals tucked in here. And then, yeah, I thought I was going to do a few of them, but I decided just to do the one and then accent the background pieces with the border.
Okay.
I may come back with more later, but for now, I think that's a good plan.
Andrea, go back a little bit when we're done. You need to see Jana's tip on making those rosettes.
Oh, no, it's not my tip. I picked it up from another brilliant scrapbooker.
It was a little mind-blowing. Lisa says, definitely use my SCT quilting ruler. Yep, I use mine all the time. I have a couple of them because I had one, I don't remember the brand, but there's one really good brand of quilting rulers. And I actually picked that up just before I got the one from SCT. Now I'm changing my other mind. And I want this photo.
My other mind. I like that.
My other mind. I'll probably need to come back and adhere that with liquid glue, but I forgot that I wanted to put some embellishments down here. So I needed to adjust that just a little bit. Oh, Connie's here. Hey, Connie. She says, I was looking for the live chat. I was saying Jana has the patience of a goddess for gluing that rosette with liquid glue. I run for my hot glue gun.
You know, it dried pretty quickly. You know, I wasn't going to haul out the glue gun today. Just decided to anchor it down with an acrylic block and give it a minute to dry, and it worked out okay. I think I need a title. I was getting ahead of myself a little bit. I have kind of some subtitles going on.
I got a little bit of ahead of myself too. That's why I had to go back and make a spot for my journaling before I got too carried away.
Yeah, that happens.
It definitely does.
I think I'm going to cut off this butterfly.
Let's see. Somebody says it would be cute if some of the scallops overlap the top of the large photo. Ooh, that would be cute.
Fun.
Well, let me see. Hopefully I'm not. Let me see if I can make that happen. Oh, I can make that happen. There we go. That is cute.
I love that. Andrea, Jana, I thought of you this weekend. I definitely learned my lesson in how And now I used the makeup sorting tray for classes. Oh, yay! That's awesome.
She did. She was telling everybody about the sorting because Andrea did a gorgeous mini album that I'm going to make one of these days. From the, oh gosh, my mind just went blank.
Bella Boulevard?
No,
Or
it's
Simple Stories?
Simple Stories, the school one, the book fair
Oh, cute.
collection. She did a 6x8 flip book.
Oh, cute.
Very, very cute. Now, oh, that heart is cute. If I can put that in somewhere. All right, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Okay, use foam squares to pop these little flowers up. And then I think I definitely need to use foam squares to pop up the little bees.
Yes. Foam squares for everything.
Foam squares for everything, everyone. I love them.
When in doubt, use a foam square.
Exactly.
It's a rule.
Exactly. I want just another little tiny bee. Oh, that little blue flower is cute. I could definitely use that. I'm thinking ahead to the weekend because we've got a super busy weekend.
Yeah.
You guys have fun weekend plans?
The week's flying by.
It is flying by. Andrea says, I love how different and how cute both projects are. Yeah, they don't look anything alike, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we're going to pop this title up. Lisa says, Becki, what collection are you using? I am using the Be Happy collection from Doodlebug.
That's so cute.
So, and I think this one isn't super, super old. I think it's either 2024 or 2025. So it should still be available if you need some. Obviously it's bee themed, but it's got some really cute stuff that you could just use for like a general spring theme as well. So we're just going to pop we are just resting and recovering from the time change this weekend. Yes.
Yes. Does that mess everyone up too? It's amazing how just losing one little hour, just your body's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure that planning an event on a time change weekend was the best idea. We might have to.
Yeah, and then you were changing time zones, right?
Yeah, I got home and I was like, I don't even know what time it is, what is even happening.
You're
I
like,
texted
where
Andrea
am
and
I?
said, I'm home and I'm going to bed.
Yes, for sure.
Let's see. Scrapping Under the Influence says, oh, Be Happy came out last summer, and it's a mini collection and super cute. It is very, very cute.
It is so cute.
Somebody's saying they should clean their scrap room this weekend. I should too. I definitely should. Is it going to happen? No. Nope, it's not. But
What's this cleaning word you're talking about? I
know.
don't know what that is in the scrapbook room.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. I do know that it needs to happen, but
Yeah.
there doesn't ever seem to be enough hours in the day to do all the crafting projects and clean.
And the reset, yes.
And the reset. I can clean up, I clean up pretty much after every project.
Yeah.
Where I get stuck is I need to go in and reorganize and purge and do that kind of cleanup.
I agree.
That kind of cleanup takes a lot more time and doesn't happen as frequently as it should. But I'm guessing, actually, I know that I'm not alone in that. Birthday weekend brunch cruise and always fitting in some crafting. Ooh, it sounds like you have a fun, busy weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking here, I would love to use a doodle pop. And I should have thought about that before I started embellishing. Because I'm not exactly sure where I can fit them in now.
Mm-hmm.
This cute little jar of honey is darling though, and so fitting because I'm not entirely sure when I would ever use. Yeah, I think that's too big for what I'm looking for. I do like these tiny bees though. So I think I'm going to use the sprinkles. How are you coming, Jana? Are you about done?
I'm pondering, like, I have these little hearts down here. I feel like I want to layer some other hearts on top of it. And I'm just looking through my pieces to see if there is one, but I'm not finding one. So I'm deciding if I want to sprinkle in some mist, believe it or not.
What?
I know, right?
Hang on a second.
Yeah. So one of my favorite parts of this collection, I think I'll bring in at the very end, are these like acetate butterflies. Aren't those cute?
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to decide if I'm done with everything else. And then I might do like some white mist or some stitching around the edge and then bring in these butterflies. So I don't know. I'm just pondering a little bit.
Just thinking.
Yeah. How's your process coming?
Well, I'm thinking I'm just down to like enamel dot, like sprinkling the last few bits.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're really close then.
But I'm trying. I don't have enamel dots that coordinate with this collection.
Okay.
And I'm kind of thinking that I like the idea of clear enamel dots.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking in my drawer that I can reach right here to see if I have any at my fingertips or not.
Right.
If I don't have any right here, then I might wait and do that after.
Like as a final step.
Yep. Oh, I do have some. Hang on.
Yeah, I think I'm going to sprinkle. And then I might bring in either these butterflies or some punched butterflies just to finish this off. And like you, I can't reach that. So that might be a before I post type addition.
Yes, we do get kind of tethered to our desks when we are live streaming or filming.
But I had fun grabbing the border punches. I haven't done this for a while, especially trying some new things like layering up some different designs.
Yeah. This has been super fun. I am always so excited to see what you guys are going to make with this challenge. Last month, we were so excited and blown away with the number of challenge entries that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all so good.
They were awesome.
All so good. All right. I think I just have one little finishing touch that I want to do, and then I'm going to call this one done.
Super cute.
Sunny says, who makes clear enamel dots and how have you missed those? I don't know how you've missed those, but you need to not miss them. They're really fun. I happened to grab a package that I honestly don't know who these ones are from. But I grabbed another package, and these ones are from Spellbinders. So maybe check Spellbinders. But yes, they are super fun, and I love them because they match everything, obviously, because they're clear. But I kind of thought that they would look, this is so silly, like drops of honey.
How cute.
On my project. So that's kind of why I thought clear ones would be fun with that yellow paper showing through.
Yeah, I love that.
It's kind of one of those weird scrapbooker things, that you let's see. Yeah, so I'm just going to tie this bow. I obviously will add my journaling to this tag. Off camera, because I was going to pre-print my journaling, and then I was like, I have no clue how big or where, or I didn't have a clear vision of where this one was going.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So I'm just going to run my fingers while you're finishing up here, Jana. I'm just going to run my fingers under all of these scallops.
Love it. To give it some dimension.
To give them a little bit of dimension. And since I used a nice strong liquid glue, I can give them that pop of dimension. And you guys will be surprised at what a huge difference that makes. And yes, they will kind of get a little flattened when I put this layout into my album, but you'll still see, and you can see, I'll pull my other sample projects in. I did the same technique on both of those, and both of those layouts have been in albums for a long time now. And you can still see that dimension.
That curling of the edges.
Yep. It goes away a little bit, but you can still see the the dimension. And if you guys are looking for another live to watch tomorrow evening, hop over to the Scrapbooking Cards Today YouTube channel. Andrea will be creating live over there tomorrow night.
Awesome.
So that will be, I'm excited to watch Andrea. I was watching when I was flying home from Omaha, Paige was doing a live. So I was sitting in the airport, actually in Denver, Colorado, where Paige lives, watching her live.
That's
when
so
I was
fun.
flying home.
I think that's the best part of connecting online is just connecting. Yeah.
I had an hour layover in Denver and I just put my earbuds in and kind of watched Paige and listened to her chat while I walked to my next gate. So I love the virtual options. Oh, that's kind of cute.
I'm watching you finish up.
Now that I said I was done, I might go back and add this because I saw that and I think it works.
That's so cute.
I think it works there and I think it's cute. So I do think. Oh, Sunny says that those butterflies are beautiful. They are. I think I missed getting those with that collection.
Yeah. And I think anytime you see those, you can just pop them in with any collection. Butterflies go with everything. While you're playing, I'm going to keep playing until you're done.
Well, I think I'm done.
Are you? I was like, maybe I'll tuck a little tag in on the side for a date or something. Yeah, I might do that. Or maybe down here.
I have met the best people through online scrapbooking.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. I think that, well, I know we've met in person, Jana, but I think we met online long before.
Yeah.
We met in person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I'm done.
All right, take us on a tour. So you have all those layers. So cute. So you actually cut the hole.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I will add in some stitching. I'm thinking about that. Maybe some hand stitching since I've already glued everything down. But I don't know. I'm just thinking about it.
Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see.
That is awesome.
The details a little bit because I love the clear enamel dots. I think are so fun.
Yes.
And just all of that dimension and texture.
So cute.
With the border punched frame.
And those wonky scallops are so cute.
The wonky scallops are darling. So much fun. So yeah, I just have my scallop frame border, which I was going to give you some measurements on this. So it is an 11-inch square. Oh shoot, and I covered that up. So we'll have to do some math here. With a 5-inch opening in the middle. Yeah. With a 5-inch opening in the middle. And then I've got 3 photos. We'll add some hidden journaling.
Cute.
The fun title popped up a little bit so that it I wanted the dimension to kind of pop up around the title and then just these fun bee embellishments.
Very cute. I love that.
Yeah.
That turned out awesome.
Right. What about you?
Let's see. I ended up using some punch strips to do my rosette. So I'll zoom in for that as well. So I did two-inch strips using a Martha Stewart punch and then just scored it and made a rosette. I layered up some circles in the middle and kind of tucked in some flowers. And then I have a couple butterflies from the collection. And then I also used the border, some layered borders here on either side of this strip. And that strip is just to kind of break up the background. Where'd my zoomer go?
I love that you use the same color on the background and then just broke it up with those border strips.
Yeah.
Because the whole background is green.
Yeah, it's
And
that
then we
mint
just broke it
green.
up a little bit.
Yep. Then just added in some, pre-made die cuts and some phrases. I'll come back and add my journaling here, probably my date over here, maybe some stitching, depends. Sometimes I'm like, well, maybe the stitching will be over the top, but we'll stare at it for a day and decide. Sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love it. This was so fun.
This was so fun.
Thanks for
So
chatting
fun.
with us, everyone. It's so fun to have your comments, and we can't wait to see what you created tonight, whether you worked with the pattern scissors or the border punches. I'm excited to see what you came up with.
Yep, and I'm just going to add a link to the chat, Jana, for the Let's Gather and Glue Facebook group.
Perfect. Yes. If you haven't joined us over in the Let's Gather and Glue Facebook group, for the entire month of March, we're challenging you to use your border punches or your patterned scissors. You can create a new project for this challenge, please. So don't upload older projects. Please create something new, but you can enter as many times as you would like.
Yes, if you want to make 10 new layouts with border punches, put them all in there. We would love to see.
Yes. And then the prize for that will be a spot in our upcoming crop.
Yes.
Which is Bring Into Creativity, that's happening April 25th. And we're excited. Becki and I are busy doing all the content for that. In fact, Becki, should we give a spot away tonight?
That would be super fun. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let's reset the giveaway here. And if you have made a comment tonight at all, you will be entered in the giveaway. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that. The crop is, if you haven't heard of our crops, this is our second crop. We'll just kind of talk about it a little bit while you enter your comments so you have a chance to win. But our crop it kicks off on Friday night, April 24th at 6 p.m. We kind of have a kickoff party, don't we, Becki?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of get the party started. And it's, instead of just like hanging out, we do make it into like a little bit of a workshop class, and we talk about some really fun things. So Friday night we do that. It's usually about hour and a half that night. And then all day Saturday, we're going to challenge you to use your stash to follow along with our prompts. And what are some of the prompts that we're going to do in the crop, Becki?
Oh, you're making me think, Jana.
She's like, why are you asking me so many questions?
This is so hard, Jana. I know we're going to talk about 6x6 or 6x8 paper pads.
Yes, we all have those.
Yep. And we are going to talk about some washi tape.
Yep.
Alphabet stickers.
Yes.
And the last one is escaping my memory right now.
Frames. So
frames,
we're going to yes, frames. So we're going to talk about all those supplies that we have. And in fact, when we did our survey at our last crop, those items came up over and over and over. Those were items in your stashes that you're like, you know what? That's just hanging out there. I could really use some ideas. So washi tape, 6x6 paper pads, and 6x8 paper pads. Those kind of go hand in hand. Yep. Lettering stickers, and then our frames.
Yep.
So lots of fun things. We're also going to have a new slew of sketches for you. You guys loved the sketches from the last event, so we have more coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. We're super excited and deep into creating the content for that. Anyway, so that's what we're doing behind the scenes. We're live a couple of times a month, but behind the scenes, we're getting ready for the crop at the end of April.
Yes, for sure. Okay, should we give away? And I see that I have creative kickstart on the screen. I don't want that there. Sorry. This is
That's
for
okay.
spring into creativity. This is
Yes.
for the April 25th event. So I'm going to go ahead and press go, and whoever wins, just reach out to support at Simple Stories. So we both have worked for Simple Stories. Support at Let's Gather and Glue. Or, see, I have my old graphic up. Or Jana Eubank at Gmail. You can do that as well. That's fine. But
Yep.
support at Let's Gather and Glue, and let's go ahead and see who's going to win. Woo! I get to go! Yes! Okay, obviously, I already have a spot at the crop. And if you have a spot at the, we're going to make this roll again. If you have a spot at the crop, we will give you a spot we'll either refund you or give you a gift card for the value, or you could have a spot to our summer event. So back to the giveaway. Congratulations, Jana.
Yes.
All right, let's do that again. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Reset. And here we go. Well, if I am doing this right.
I was going to say, I think you only made a couple of comments. I'm not exactly sure how that happened.
I know, right?
Patty! Yay!
Yay! And Patty, I think you already have a spot. So reach out to me, sister, and we'll get you taken care of. All right. Congratulations, yes. Patty. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Any last thoughts, Becki? Anything I'm forgetting to talk about?
I'm just going to put the link for the creative. Now you got me saying creative. The spring into creativity crop and into the comments. So that link is there in the comments. We would love to have you join us. We did just open the Facebook group for that crop. Was it yesterday? I think yesterday. Yesterday we opened that Facebook group, so you can hop into the Facebook group, and we've got a few things ready to go in there, and then that will be where you'll find all the details for the crop.
Yes, all the details. The PDF will be coming on Friday, April 10th. So that's the fun download. We'll give you a full list of photo sizes and pictures of what we plan on using in case you want to do something similar. It's a lot of fun. We had such a blast in January, and it's felt a little, I know Becki's going crazy and she's busy over there, but I'm like, I miss everyone. Like, I cannot wait until the end of April when we can all join together again.
Yes, I'm super excited, and we do get to chat with our friends a couple of times a month, Jana, when we go live.
Yes, for sure. Yes, and so we should be back here in a couple weeks, just kind of depending. We don't have a set schedule yet, but watch for that. We will follow us on social media. We always announce it on YouTube, so follow us in all the places if you want to know when we're going live. And we will be posting again our projects in the group, and please post yours as well. And you have all the rest of March to complete your border pages or your border punches and scissors layouts. We can't wait to see what you make.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us and for hanging out with us tonight. I know everybody's schedules are so busy and there's so much going on. It always makes me so happy when you guys take the time to join us.
For sure. We love hanging out with you. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.